This is the first video for Liam, Driver Pro. The main thing that I'm going to start with, Liam, is just to show you how to add and remove items in the drop-down navigation menu at the top, because that's quite a simple one actually. As usual, I've got one page open on the front of the site, and in another tab, this is where I've logged in to the back end. So what you look for is you go to Appearance, then the fourth one down from the drop down for Appearance, you'll see Menus. Click on that, and here you'll see the main menu, which is exactly as it's laid out on the front of the site: courses, locations, instructors, with the sub menus, which are the ones that open when you hover over it. I'll show you how you add one to that, and they're all in order as well as they appear on the front. Right, to open them, to add one, sorry, you go over here on the left to Pages. These are the most recent pages, but it's better to go to View All. You've got quite a lot of pages, so what you would do, let's say you were going to add, I know we've got a blog page anyway, but let's just say you're going to add another one. You tick the page in that little box there. You've got a button here that says Add to Menu, and that's exactly what it will do. Now if you go over, you'll see that that blog has been added again, just after Contact, so they're in order that they are on the front. Now if you wanted to make that one of the items that when people hover, let's say they were going to hover over homepage and you wanted the blog to appear underneath, just like with courses, you've got your ones underneath here. What you would do is you click somewhere here in the body of that item that we've added, and you drag it, up to, let's just put it under syllabus for now. So instead of putting it right over to the side, you just pull it out a little bit and you drop that there, and that will now make blog appear in the drop down from the syllabus. When you're deleting things, which we'll delete that one because we don't want to save that, you open each of these items by using that little down arrow. When you open that, you'll see a little item here called Remove, and we'll remove that because we actually don't want to have that there. Now with your instructors, that's all you have to do to remove one. If you've got a new one that you want to add, you do it in exactly the same way as we did with the blog page. You look up their name, like we've got Danny Farr and different people there, so whatever the new one is, and you add it to the menu the way I did with the blog. You can also have posts appearing in drop downs. That will give you all of your posts, and you do it in exactly the same way. I would be very careful though, Liam, to be honest, because you don't want, particularly for Google and for your users, to have too many things in drop downs and in that navigation. I mean, instructors and locations you definitely need, to have. But if you had, let's say, 40 instructors, you imagine that on a mobile phone, that people are having to scroll through all of these different items. I'll show you how I look at it on a mobile. I've got a tool here so we can see. Right, so let's put it at roughly a mobile phone size. And it's on a mobile, as you know, you click this here. Now let's say instructors, when we click on that to open, you can see we've got a lot. If we have 40, that's going to make that a really long menu. and there's too many items to have tons of these things from the Google point of view. I would recommend at the most, although it's a bit different with yours because the instructors and locations are very necessary, but normally I would say to have about 6 items in the main menu here. Don't just add pages willy-nilly to that top main list of items either. I'll tell you why. Is your working space is 1600 pixels. It's from here to here, and as you can see, you could possibly get 1 or 2 more in there. But what's going to happen is, if you, let's say, put another 4 along here, people who've got a smaller screen size, see if I can replicate it to show you. Right, let's it changes to the menu. The menu changes to this, it's called a hamburger menu, when it reaches a certain screen size. So we've got it set at 13, which is for most laptops. But you can see what happens. It won't happen with yours actually, because we've done it quite well. Oh yes, it does. You can see here, right, it's 1208 pixels wide, so I've set yours at 1200. And so what happens is the contact then falls down below. If you had 2 or 3 more things, it would have happened earlier. I'm going to adjust this actually and make it 1300 pixels. I'll just do that quickly now. Menu themes. Oh, yeah, sorry, what I meant to say, when you're doing the menu, as soon as you've finished and you're happy with it, always click the Save Menu button down here, and it will say up here, main menu has been updated. Let's just go to the, I'll do this, mobile menu. Yeah, I've got it at 1200 pixels. I want to make it 1300. Okay, saving that. If I refresh the screen now, you'll see that that's taken care of, having the excess ones there. Something else I'm going to do that you were asking about, and I'll actually do it while you're here. You said you wanted the list of categories to appear on the top when people land on the blog page. Now, as you know, on a desktop, everything's laid out very differently than on a mobile phone, sorry. So things are done in columns. We've got a column here with your actual excerpts of the blogs. Then we've got your categories. So at the moment, when that goes down onto a mobile, change it to a mobile size. The first thing people will get is the text about the page, which you should have, but then they have to go through all of your excerpts before they reach the category list, because that's the furthest column away. So I'm going to change where that is, and I'll show you how I do that. I wouldn't recommend doing it too much actually with other pages or anything, but it's just so that you become more familiar with what I'm going to do. Instead of looking for that page on the back end, because I'm on the front end and I can see up here edit page, sometimes it's quicker to find a page. That's what I'm going to do. So I edit the page, I look at it in desktop mode, and what I need to do is get this column over here, swap them over. So I highlight the actual row, open the settings for the row with the gear there, and you'll see the 2 columns. All I'm going to do with this one is simply swap that one over so that that one becomes the first one, and save it. Save the actual page. Then I'm going to click up here to view the page. And there we go, it's now on the other side. And when you go onto a mobile, you'll have your text as it should be at the top, and then you'll have your category lists, the excerpts of a few of the posts there, and then all the rest. Now what I wouldn't do, Liam, and I don't know if you meant this or not, but I wouldn't do that with the actual posts themselves, for the simple reason somebody's going to go to one of your posts and they're going to have to scroll through all of this lot on a phone before they can actually get to read or see the post itself. I can do that if you want me to. With the blog posts, it's not done in the same way that I actually did that blog page. Where it's located is you go to Divi, then Theme Options. As you scroll down here, it's got Sidebar Layout. We have it on the right for the posts. You can change that and you can have it on the left if you want to. If you want to do that, then that's how you do it. Then you scroll down to the bottom and click the green button here to save changes. But as I've not actually changed anything, but that's just to show you how to do it. But if it was me, I wouldn't have that over on the other side, because it does mean they'll probably give up a lot of them before they actually find the posts. Having them on the main blog page itself is fine, because that's sort of a reference page. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on this one, Liam. I'll get to the instructors and other sections for you sometime later today.